Good evening and welcome to Mindfulness at the Fisherman's Chapel. I'm Kelly and I have a couple of meditations to lead you through this afternoon, hopefully to start us off 2021 in the right way. So find yourself a comfortable spot, a comfortable chair. Feel free to sit or lie down as you choose. Let's get yourself in a really comfortable and relaxed position. Close your eyes if you wish. And just start focusing on the breath. Well, many of us take stock at the beginning of a new year, set goals or make new plans for 2021. There's a sense of letting go what we're caught up in and the habits we've been living through. Each time we sit for a few minutes, there's an opportunity to let go of wherever our mind's attention and awareness have gotten caught up. Just come back and realign ourselves with our best intentions and efforts. It might be a sense of bringing full awareness and attention to our experience or to the people around us, to a conversation we've had during the week. It might be a sense of letting go of reactivity and coming back to resolve with more patience and clarity. It might also be balancing the tendency most of us have to get caught up in stress as we give more attention to gratefulness and the positive moments and those things that we enjoy. It might be a sense of wanting to bring more kindness and compassion to how we treat ourselves, as well as how we treat others, and even how we treat the people we find the most difficult in our lives. All of that can be cultivated, sustained and developed through any amount of time we spend in our mindfulness practice. So as you find yourself in your comfortable posture, just dropping your gaze or shutting your eyes, notice the physical movement your body makes with each breath you take. You might notice your belly, your chest, or perhaps the air moving in and out of your nose and mouth. Check in with your effort and intention. What is it you'd like to bring to your practice today? Perhaps it's an opportunity to settle and gather your attention, or a sense of resolve and strength. Of course, you might have the intention to simply show up to this practice without adding any sense of stress or strain at all. That's fine. Just bring that sense of intention and awareness to your practice today. One way to do that can be within each in-breath, developing a sense of open awareness. with each out breath, come up with a word that captures your intentions for yourself. And breathe in with awareness. Maybe picture something or feel gratitude towards whatever feels appropriate to you right now. Just breathe out with your intentions for this moment. You might lose touch with your intentions throughout the practice and indeed in life, but you can always come back to them again. If you lose touch with the practice and your mind gets caught up in distraction or reactivity or some sense of discomfort, don't worry, that's completely normal. It's all part of the practice. Just try coming back to the same practice with that awareness again. And now as this practice ends, just pause for a moment with your intention. Whatever you're facing in life, all we indirectly influence is how we choose to relate to that. Reactivity and anger so often lead to more reactivity and anger. You can get caught up in self-criticism and in the criticism of others. You can develop a more balanced sense of awareness, preciseness, and clarity through mindfulness practice. At any moment, you can catch yourself and realign yourself with your best intentions, recognizing that you may lose touch again, and then just come back when you do. And as we start out on a new year, put the challenging 2020 behind us. Just wish yourself love and send the love out to all those that you love and hold dear around you. And I wish you a very happy 2021 as well. So now as we move on to our next practice, still holding on to that focus and focus on the breath. It's meditation by Scott Rogers. We're guided to take the role of observer to our difficult emotions so that we can more easily create the space that we need to let them go. Sometimes we can see our intense emotions coming, and sometimes we can't. Emotions can build up, increasing in strength slowly. At other times, they crash down on us all at once. We can get lost in our emotions or swept up in a feeling. They can be beautiful and they can be scary. In all of these ways, emotions are very much like storms. But the good news is that storms pass, and so do emotions. With mindfulness, we can practice taking the role of observer to our strong feelings. When we put that space between ourselves and the whirlwinds, we can find stability and cultivate resilience. So as we go through this guided practice, there's the metaphor of a hurricane, which helps us recognise the qualities and the impermanence of even our strongest emotions. So just check on your posture now. Are you upright, your back against the chair, feeling stable, your feet planted on the ground, your eyes still closed, in a comfortable, relaxing position? Just bring your attention to your body, the feeling of the chair against your body, wherever you're sitting on, and the pressure points there. As we breathe, we're aware of where our bottom meets the seat of the chair and where our back meets the back of the chair. We're aware of our feet and where they make contact on the ground, our shoes or our socks. We're aware of the sensations of the body, of the hands resting one in the other or in our lap. We're aware of the fingertips, the palms, and any points of contact. So we begin this practice by coming to our senses as we breathe. At times, things can become intense and quickly turn, much like a hurricane. This practice will draw upon the metaphor of a hurricane to help us understand our own true natures. It can help us understand the ways that mindfulness practice can be helpful in observing our nature moment by moment. And that observation can create spaciousness around the tumultuousness that can arise during the course of our day and at some times throughout our life. So we take 3 slow, deep breaths, just a little slower and a little deeper than we might normally otherwise take. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. The hurricanes arise when conditions are sufficient for it to come together, and in time it dissipates, much like our own emotional conditions. So let's look at a few of the different aspects of the hurricane and see how they connect to our own thoughts, feelings and sensations, as well as the spaciousness and ease that we can find with agitated thoughts, feelings and sensations. There are times when we experience agitation and frustration in the body, much like the strong, gusty winds and heavy rains that feed into a hurricane. We might reflect for a moment on times when we have felt that uneasy intensity in the body, that tension and that tightness. And thoughts arise from time to time that can be judgmental, pessimistic, and reactive, like the outflow of high-level clouds that intensify the hurricane as they move away from it. We might take note of our thoughts that arise in our mind now, or thoughts that have arisen today that carry that judgmental, harsh, reactive quality. And just notice these thoughts as we breathe. There are moments we experience intense emotions like anger and fear that are akin to the eye wall, the extreme conditions that form around the eye of the hurricane. You may notice these arising now, perhaps because of the circumstances of the day, or that they arise on a fairly regular basis. And so too, there are times we experience inner calm, much as is found within the eye of the storm. This is a reminder that we don't have to have the intense and agitated thoughts. Go away to find that inner calm, that inner tranquility. By shifting to an observing state, we find freedom from the intensity of those thoughts, feelings, and sensations. It's like finding our way into the eye of the storm, into a place of our own safe refuge, without needing anything to change. Let us settle into the body, aware of thoughts, aware of feelings that will come and go, aware of the sensations in the body, aware of preserving and allowing the breath to anchor us a little bit more fully, to steady us a little bit more comfortably into the moments of this practice. In doing so, we begin to develop and cultivate a resilience to steady us in the moments of our life. Breathe in and out, allowing this moment to be as it is. When from time to time the mind wanders, gently return to the sensations of the breath flowing through the body. When you're ready, in the next moment or two, with awareness, just lift up your gaze and begin to open the eyes when you feel comfortable. Thanks very much for joining me this evening for another session of mindfulness. All that remains is to close in a prayer before we go our separate ways. God, thank you for this new year. May everyone in our circle of friends, in our families, be willing to begin anew with a clean slate as we put 2020 firmly behind us. We know that you're always ready to forgive us, So help us to be willing to forgive ourselves and forgive one another. As we begin this new year, remind us of our truest values and our deepest desires and intentions. Help us to live in the goodness that comes from doing what you want us to do. Help us to put aside anxiety about the future and all that we've been through in the past, so that we might live in peace with you now, one day at a time. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. The next mindfulness session will be on the 26th of February. I'll get the video uploaded to YouTube by 7 o'clock on that day, and I'll forward the link around to everybody on the Mindfulness Facebook group. If anybody's having struggle to access that, then please do let me know. I can always text it out or email it out instead if you can't access that group or it's not linking from there for some reason. And likewise, if you know of anyone else who would like to join us or would find the videos useful, then please do let me know and I can add those to my mailing list as well. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I will see you in a few weeks. Thanks everyone. Bye.